Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about chapter 18, electronic data interchange. So if you learn this chapter, you can able to know the basic knowledge of EDI and you can know the history of EDI and you can able to understand the various types of EDI, and here you are going to learn about the advantages of EDI and the layers of EDI, and you are going to study about UN and EDI fact. So EDI is nothing but electronic data interchange. Here now we are going to see about an introduction of EDI, that is electronic data interchange. So first we'll see what is electronic data interchange. So it is an exchange of business documents between one trade partner and another electronically. So what we are going to do here is we are going to transfer or exchange our business documents from one partner to another, that is through electrical means, through electronically. So that is what electronic data interchange, and here that is through online, and here it is transferred through a dedicated channel or through the internet in a predefined format without much human intervention. So how we are going to transfer the data? Through some dedicated channel or through some internet in a predefined format. So already we will be making some structure to how to define a document and how to send the data from one partner to another partner. So here this electronic data interchange is a transfer of the particular documents, or we can call it as an agreement. So in a manual way we'll be having some agreement. So in electronically we can have some trust on the particular partner by using this EDI. So we are going to follow some structure in order to transfer our documents from one partner to another. So here we'll be having some predefined format and without any human intervention. So that is very important. So no human interaction is needed here. So we can exchange a document electronically through internet. And here it is used to transfer documents as a delivery notes. So what is delivery notes? So here you can see how the documents can be transferred by using some delivery notes or some invoices, some bill transactions can be done. Otherwise we can have some purchase order. Suppose if we want to buy some products and all, we can use so what are the products that you need from a particular organization, you can make a note of it and you can send that as a document, and you can make an advance ship notice, so you can pay some amount, otherwise some functional acknowledgement. So if you want to do some functional activities to a particular organization, so that also can be sent as a document and it can be transferred to that particular organization, so where you want to have your transaction. So this is done by this electronic data interchange, and here these documents are transferred directly from the computer of the issuing company to that of the receiving company. So no human interaction is needed here. So it is transferred from one computer to another computer, that is from issuing company to that of the receiving company. So here these two companies alone is involved in this process. So they will be transferring the data from one computer to another computer. So here it saves great time. So here we are saving much time when compared to our manual work. So and also it may avoid many errors of traditional on paper communications. So here if we want to do the purchase or some agreements manually, it will take some more time and we will be having some errors in that. But here everything is done in a predefined format, because EDI, electronic data interchange, we are going to follow some predefined format. By using that we can easily make a transaction just by quoting from where to where it has to be sent. So only these details will be mentioned and the time will be mentioned there, and some product details if needed that can be included in that particular format. So with the easy way you can you can make a transaction, that is the document can be transferred from one trade organization to another. So before the popularization of internet based e-commerce, it was a major e-commerce model. So before it is an internet based e-commerce, it is actually a e-commerce model. So here EDI includes data exchange between buyers and sellers. So here these EDI include, so where and all the exchange can be done. It can be done between a buyer and a seller, or between these buyer and trade partners, and also some internal data exchange is also done within the departments of a company. So here the transaction may be between the department of the companies. Otherwise we can make a transaction, we can exchange the documents by using between the buyers and the sellers or trade partners. So this is what the documents can be transferred by using this EDI models. There are many internationally accepted EDI standard. So first one is EDI FACT, and these are all some standard formats for exchanging our documents. So some of them are EDI FACT, XML, ANSI, ASCII, X12. So this is one of the particular format where we will be having some predefined format to send our documents very easily. So these are all some standard formats that we are following to exchange our documents from one trade to another. So here EDI. So what is EDI? So EDI is actually a paperless trade, and EFT, that is electronic transfer, is a paperless payment. And here we have two things, that is EDI, that is we are giving we are doing some paperless trade, and also we are transferring that payment by using EFT, that is electronic transfer, that is a paperless payment. So here you can see so how this can be done. So here the buyer's internal system. So here we are giving some purchase order to that particular supplier's internal system. Again, after examining the buyer's internal product order, purchase order, here it will be the bill will be generated on the basis of that, and it will be sent to this buyer's internal system. So this is actually the process that is done. So here in the EDI we are making some document exchange between the buyer and the supplier. Now let's discuss the history of EDI. With the popularity of computers, many companies and organizations use computers to store and process data. So as we already know, we are using the computers to store and process our data. So however, different organizations use different application systems, and the format of the data generator is not the same. So we know that. So different organizations may use some different applications and softwares according to their product, and the format of the data that they are generating is not the same. So it will differ for each organization. So according to the software and applications that they use for the particular product, it may differ. So when organizations need to communicate for their business needs, they have to rekey. So when they need to communicate, so they should have some standard format, only then both the organizations can able to communicate. So for that reason, so that was actually time consuming, and it is actually a major obstacle in the business operations. So in order to overcome this problem, some enterprises have agreed a specific standard format, so which can be regarded as the origin of EDI application concept. So here comes the origin of EDI application concept. So in order to communicate, in order to have a communication between two organizations, so they need to follow some standard format. So that standard format is done by this EDI application concept. So here comes the origin of EDI application. Like many other early information technologies, EDA was also inspired by developments in Defense Research Organization. Actually, this EDI format is actually used in Defense Research Organization, and here Ed Gilbert is called as the father of EDI. Actually, he manufactured this shipping standardized format during the year 1948 in Berlin Airlift. So this Gilbert with his team developed the first standardized system for business documents. So this person Gilbert developed the first standardized system for business documents, and it will be passed from one computer to another computer, and it has the details like what was contained in the shipment and who was delivering the cargo. So this avoids some language barriers or some confusions in the format in delaying the shipment. Soon businesses began to realize that using EDI will smoothen the business transactions and increase the profit. These standardizations made ordering and shipping faster, more organized, and less expensive. Actually, we are transferring the documents from one organization to another. So, by manually, if we have an agreement between two organizations, so it will take some time and it will slow our process. But in ordering and making the shipping faster, and it is more organized and it is less expensive also. So this EDI smoothen the business transaction and it also increases the profit for the business. So earlier the CDI documents were transmitted electronically by the use of radio, teletype, telex messages or telephone, but in the late 1960s shipping line, railroads, airlines and trunk companies of USA were exchanging electronic messages for their businesses. So these messages were in different format and it resulted in problems in transfer of goods. So in 1968 these companies grouped together among themselves and formed the committee. So the committee is Transportation Data Coordinating Committee, that is TDCC, to develop EDI standard formats. So in 1968, actually in 1960 they had some problem in the formats, and so in 1968 they found a committee, they formed a committee like Transportation Data Coordinating Committee in order to develop this EDI standard format. So in 1975 the first EDI standards were released by TDCC. So this committee released the first standard EDI format, of which Ed Gilbert was a major contributor. Actually he had developed this EDI format and he is a major contributor for this EDI format. So in 1977 a group of supermarket companies and their business partners begin drafting and using an EDI project. So the TDCC is renamed as Electronic Data Interchange Association in 1978. So this name, that is Transportation Data Coordinating Committee, is renamed as Electronic Data Interchange Association in 1978. So later in that area the EDIA was undertaken by American National Standards Institute and becomes that ANSI XI12 committee. So this American National Standards Institute is named as ANSI X12 committee. Since then this committee is responsible for the publication of EDI standards. So later in 1985 UN created the EDIFACT to assist the global research of technology in e-commerce. So at last EDI FACT is the most widely used EDI. The first EDI messages was sent in 1965 from the Holland American Steamship Line to Transatlantic Shipping Company using telex messages. So the computer has sent a full page of information in roughly 2 minutes. So these messages were then written on the magnetic tapes that could be loaded onto another computer. So it is actually these messages were written on the magnetic tape, so that and it can be loaded into the computer, and within a 2 minutes we can know the details of a content that is actually in the EDI format. So this is how an EDI format is generated, and it is actually very useful for online trade through internet. So here the electronic data interchange is used for transferring the documents from one partner to another, otherwise from one organization to another organization, and this makes the business more easier when compared to the traditional exchange of documents. So I hope you all understood about the introduction of EDI and why it is actually used and what are the standard formats and why we have generated these standard formats and who organized these standard formats. I mean, who found this, developed this EDI format, that is Ed Gilbert, and he is called as the father of EDI, and how these communications were done, and what was the trouble in that, and why the committee is made, that is a transportation data coordinating committee is made, and how it is renamed, and in which year it is renamed, and at last we have a standard EDI fact in order to assess the technology that is in e-commerce. Thank you.